Okay, here we are again in modern world, and we're going to be looking at Unit 2 now, which is Latin America, modern world, Cold War to the War on Terror. We're going to move to Latin America. So just looking here, again, apologize to get rid of myself. These are the 5 sections we're going to look at. And we're going to start, section 1 is going to be an overview. We're going to look at what exactly is Latin America and then define the OAS. So first of all, when we talk about Latin America, it generally refers to the territories in the Americas where the Spanish or Portuguese languages prevail. So, we see Mexico, Central, Southern, and again, I'm going to show you some maps on the next slide here. Another clear textbook definition is defined as all those parts of the Americas that were part of the Spanish and Portuguese Empire. So remember back to your age of exploration learning, 1492, Columbus lands somewhere in the Bahamas, sailing for the Spanish. So we're going to see a big Spanish and Portuguese influence in a lot of these countries, language, religion, culture, and so forth. So let's take a look at these maps. So Mexico and the Caribbean, obviously Mexico right here. All these Caribbean nations. Of course, we don't have the time to look at them all. We'll take a look at a select few. Next region is Central America. From Panama, Costa Rica, up Honduras, Guatemala, and then and South America, which is made up of several large countries, some small countries, and all very diverse and unique in their own way. Okay, and one of the things we're going to look at here, this is a video on first, second, and third world nations. And again, remember, this is going to deal with the Cold War. So this is going to be an important part. If you get the chance, we're going to try to watch it in class. If not, please watch this video on the Cold War, or excuse me, on the Cold War and the third world nations. So here's that video right here. It's not that long at all. Okay, so just again, looking at definitions here, it's a lot, and we always say we don't want to read to you. First world nations basically can be described as capitalism democracies aligned with NATO. Second world are going to be your communist nations, and with the Soviet Union, and they're obsolete today because there is no Soviet Union; it collapsed. And the third world is a phrase we're going to look at. And one of the key things in the third world is developing nation. And again, if you really want to get specific, they're agricultural nations that are trying to move away from a farming way of life to an industrial way of life. That's why they're often called developing. Third world nations, we're going to see many of them just want to stay out of the Cold War. They don't want to be a part of NATO. They don't want to be part of the Warsaw Pact. They don't want to be part of any of the fighting, but they may get pulled into it by the two superpowers. So the big term we're going to look at here, big organization, and it is on your term sheet, is the Organization of American States. Actually, it's headquartered in Washington, D.C. today. What we're going to see is that they were formed as an organization to resist communism, also allow for sovereignty, which means these countries can rule themselves. Again, the main goal is to prevent any outside intervention in the Western Hemisphere. And if you really want to get deep into American history, this would go all the way back to like the Monroe Doctrine of where, United States did not want European powers coming into South America. But we're going to see in this unit that, that it's going to be difficult to do, especially in this, in the Cold War with communist nations. So we're going to keep an eye on the organization. In general, this organization is still around today. The focus isn't obviously communism. It's more economic development and fighting poverty in Latin America. Okay, this is kind of a brief overview. There is a nice video here. Again, Cold War backyard, 1954 backyard, because it's in the United States backyard. But again, just a little overview, and that will be it for Section 1 of Unit